All right, so number 5 is an error analysis problem. And you'll see throughout the school year, you'll see these types of problems pop up on the test. Basically, it's almost kind of like you be the teacher, where you're looking at someone else's work and then trying to figure out where they made a mistake or where they went wrong. I have to do that when a student shows me, like, hey, I didn't get this. Well, then I have to kind of look at their work kind of step by step to figure out maybe where they made a mistake. So all we're doing with this problem is putting you in that position of looking at someone else's work and then trying to figure out the mistake. And the better you get at that, then if you're able to pick out a mistake with someone else's work, then hopefully the idea is that you're able to pick out mistakes with your own work and catch yourself from making mistakes. So what I would do is I would almost kind of, and you might right away kind of spot what the mistake is, but I would just kind of pretend for a second that that's not even there. And what I would do is I would solve the problem myself, see what the answer should be, and then compare. So again, I'm forgetting what they have over here for a second. I'm going to distribute. That's always the first thing I need to do. So I need to eliminate the parentheses by distributing. So that's always the first thing that I do. And when we distribute, and you notice I circled that to remind myself that I'm not just multiplying 4 times 2x, but I'm multiplying 4 times negative 5. And so I'd get 8x minus 20 is equal to 10. Now I'm already kind of glancing over right away, and you probably have already noticed as well, is that they came up with 6x when we're saying that it's 8x. Well, and then you got to think like, okay, well maybe that's not such a crazy mistake, because oftentimes if someone makes a mistake, it kind of makes sense maybe how they made a mistake. So we got to then kind of get into the mind of the person that that put 6 and think like, well, they should have multiplied 4 times 2 to get 8. How do you think they got 6? Oh, okay. So they probably added 4 plus 2 to get 6. Right? So, and they multiplied 4 times negative 5 to get negative 20, so that part was fine. It was just that part right there. Right? So what we would say is that, I don't know, we could say something like, they did not distribute correctly. Did not distribute correctly. And what they should have done is that they should have multiplied. So should have multiplied 4 times 2x. 4 times 2x instead of adding. And what we're trying to do here is that this is something that we haven't done enough in math, is we don't do enough writing, and not that we're here to write an essay or anything, but we do need to be able to put our thoughts into words and complete sentences and that sort of idea. So sometimes we say like, oh, I know how to do it, but I just can't explain it. Well, so we want to get a little bit better at that. We want to know how to do it and also then be able to explain it as far as what we did, or in this case, what the mistake was. All right, so go ahead and try 5.2. Like I said, I would maybe try to solve it yourself first. Then you could see the mistake. But your answer on this one in the question on the test is really the explanation, right? Is the written part. So it's not so much the math. So even if you solve it, I still want to see in words describe what the mistake was. All right, so try 5.2 and 5.3. All right, so let's see what you got on 5.2. Mistake here on 5.2 is that when they went to distribute, they multiplied 3 times 4y to get 12y, but when they went to multiply 3 times negative 6, they got negative 6, right? When they should have got negative 18. So what you should have here is basically in words what we just kind of said. And then on 5.3, looking for the mistake on this one. At first, it's not the same mistake with the distributing. Let's work it out real quick and see if we can spot the mistake. So it looks like they distributed correctly. 3 times 3 give you 9z. 3 times negative 2 would give you negative 6. And then when you went to solve from here, Oh, I think I see what they did, right? So it looks like they said 42 minus 6 to get 36, when you should have added 6 to both sides, and then you would have got 48. So that was the mistake there, is that they subtracted 6 from 42 instead of adding it. All right, so that finishes up number 5.